Is there any more room left? Is there any more room left for whatever comes to mind? Cause like I said, the first president, no such thing as electorals. And like I said, went back and forth with that when thought Hillary was going to be it, end up being Trump. And same thing vice versa. But like I said, the wrench may be in there, which is, like I said, I'm the president. Until I decide to allow someone that can do what's been done. But like I said, it's still a measurement between how it's supposed to go and the way world leaders would like it to go. Cleveland, Indiana. Like I said, you want to go back and forth, go ahead, be my guest. Cleveland, Indiana is to change team name after 2021 MLB seasons over, and that's another thing too. Any lumps, any discoloration, any symptoms of a head cold, I'd advise you as the president to go and get tested. Not for COVID, but for anything. New generic variant of coronavirus found in UK. Listen, man. You can play with these words all you want. From the looks of things, because you still haven't told us exactly where corona. I mean, you saying it's a transmitted disease. I mean, it's beyond a transmitted disease. It's like I said, an attachment disease. It's beyond the disease format. And if you think one of them little valves that we don't know what's in it, it's gonna cure all of that in one dose. Good luck. El Gordo del Villa, a Telemundo news anchor, dies of coronavirus at 51. I said, I'm just combining every disease known to man and placing it inside of the coronavirus. U.S. imposes sanctions against Iran over 2007 abduction. Listen, Biden, we already went there already. Your desperation for war, it just ain't. It's not there. They don't have any overseas dollars, and if they do, you just be chasing that again. I already explained that to you. Wait, but like I said, you can't wait, and like I said, you have to. The president has to be willing to accept you. The same way he's not willing to accept me as the president, he's not willing to accept you as the president. That's why when I look back and I said, wow, most of the presidents just had fair exchanges and, it's your turn. But it doesn't necessarily have to go that way. Unless the president decides. Russia had a breach U.S. government targeted agencies, private. No, listen. You want to hide the agency's privacy because the agency did the unthinkable. So the agency has been now uprooted into a niggocratic agency. It's formatted that way. The things that you said and did with the dictionary terms and the previous situation where you had, the bias and all of that and everything else. Now, the bias lays from the creators of the legislations. Because you got two branches of government that can't get along ever impossible. It's just a wrap. Because one side would feel like the other side is taking over too much. Which that's what took place when Trump was in office. But like I said, only as good as the things you elect. Now, if you plan on electing Trump or Biden, good luck with the two, man. Because like I said, I got ideas, but I gotta wait just to see what's going to take place with these so-called, how do you say it, limited vaccines. Because the people ain't going to tell you that, but it's a limitation on the vaccines right now. And from the looks of things, everyone won't be able to touch them to this time next year from the estimated populations. I'm looking at the caravans, immigration, and all this other stuff, and seeing that the population is adding to its population while still coronavirus victims are still happening too. So it's like it's even to the point where you push further on this, you push further on that. That's why I said, just wait. But you thinking that, like I said, I'd rather not go on what you thinking. Supreme Court's put off rules on Trump census case to execute. Listen. Excuse me. Listen. You still allowing him to take presidential duties in his own hands. So until you can do that, can you do? Because if I tried it, just wouldn't be justifiable, which is the cybersecurity thing. You allowed them to take that down. The same way you allowed them to do other things. But that's besides the fact. Now you want to reverse all of that. It's too, how you say it, late. Time. A man killed after opening fire outside the New York Cathedral. It's Cathedral. Listen, man, that was a prompted publicity stunt. I'm sorry to say it, but it's been a lot of prompted publicity stunts. It first started with that thing down there in Charlotte. When the guy ran through the Western name, no one ever seen him. Then it went furthermore to the guy that shot up the church the last time, and they gave him a burger from Burger King. I mean, if you want to go publicly, that's okay with me. Just as long as the Niggocratic campaign remains and Moontide King Enterprises is still on the rise. I'm sorry, Moontide Enterprises, by the way. Former advisor to Governor Andrew Cuomo alleged he sexually harassed her. Listen, man, then we go through that with Bill and Mr. Kelly and the rest of the celebrities that got hit. Let's not go down this slippery slope of opinions in the face of one, freedom of speech. Because I went to this Chinese check cashing place out of town, and the lady said she can't cash a check from out of town that my friend was trying to cash. And then I said to myself, well, you know they got the freedom of speech now. So that was an act of discriminative action. So go further down the line if you may. But like I said to the guy, don't get agitated. Just go somewhere else. Jerry Harris. And I said, what is wrong with you? Did you know this is the check cashing place? Any cash check from anywhere, you supposed to cash it. That's your job. But with the freedom of speech, saw two, what do you call it, Niggocrats walking in their check cashing place. It was red flags everywhere. Salute to my sponsor, St. Jude, man. I said, man, they said what they had to say, man. And it's clear that you want the earth all to yourself. I don't want it all to myself. It's too big for just little old me. It's meant to be put here for everyone, right? On the face of the planet. But from this uncontrollable disease and pandemic, it looks like social distance, stay-at-home orders, remote learning, closing at a specific time, do all you can when you can. And most of all, the victims. R.I.P. to them. Jerry Harris stars on Netflix Cheers, faces new charges in child pornography case. Listen, from the ways of nakedness on the internet and the option to popularize yourself by doing outrageous things, it's now acceptable in a format where you allow specific individuals to determine an unrealistic situation and consume it as their own reality. Wall Street Journal opinion editor defends controversial Dr. Jill. No, she's not a doctor. She just left the husband for Biden. They got to get into the details of that, man. That's a married woman, Biden. I got the whole footage of that and how that went down. Biden was some type of senator at the time, and he wanted old boy wife, and he ended up getting it because somehow, some way, he managed to slip his way all the way up into the vice presidency. Voting technology company, but you gotta look further into that story with Biden and his wife, man. I'm sorry, his remarried wife. She got a divorce from old boy, while Biden knew both of them at the same time. Voting technology company sends legal notice to Fox News and others right wings. Listen, you can send legal notices. You can send surrenders in certain perspectives. But we all know, like you know, the mail has been delayed. So any controversy due to that is because of the mail being delayed. And that's not no one's fault, because we couldn't afford to deliver it on time. Still can't, because it's still late. SC Cup, Fox News is Trump's fan fiction. It's like I said, you don't want to respect the reality that I won the election and my campaign is still going, the Niggocratic campaign. Whether you accept it in your legalization or not. You got the freedom of speech. I told the lady at the check cashing, please. You don't want to check cash 2 Niggocratic checks. I said, this was the owner. She was the owner. Fox destroys its credibility. The world has destroyed it. So the Niggocrats must attain it, because the Niggocrats was the ones that reputation has been utterly destroyed. Whether it been through Biden or Trump, it's still gonna get destroyed. Reputations matter, and for a race of people to be disrespected that way, I mean biblically, it's inhumane. Newsmax, TV stores, and then I said, you giving the people with the most the vaccines first. That let me know it ain't enough for everybody. News, TV stores, I'm sorry, TV scores. Like I said, ain't you rich enough? Aren't you able to buy the cure? Score a rating win over Fox News for the first time ever. Listen, I don't want rating wins because in my eyes, they'll play with the ratings, they'll play with the games, they'll play with anything they get their hands on, and everything seems to be theirs. So, like I said, I had to come up with something. Nigga credit campaign remains until, like I said, I see otherwise from either or party, which is to accept. Now, you don't have to. Assassinated Iran nuclear scientist shot with that was 2 weeks ago. We getting on new news, man. Where's the new news? No more Iranian scientists or this and that. How you want to send the troops or take the troops? Nah, man. Do whatever it is you got to do to handle this at hand, which is a pandemic, a nightmare, and life as we know it from now until. Because I realized, even by giving you a sustainer, you thought it was the end all, kill all. And then you took that and you gave it to the individuals that didn't really need it the most. Okay. Nurse put in an administrative leave after her TikTok bragging about breaking vaccine news. Listen, I don't want to showboat who gonna get it and who ain't gonna get it. But from the looks of things, it ain't even enough for who gonna get it. And I know why it's not. But that's besides the fact. I try to get it all gathered up. Time. PragerU is another sponsor of mine today. Salute to PragerU, man. I never thought you would come around, PragerU. But hey, there's an opening for everything. And right now, the voting technology company sends legal notice to Fox. Listen, I don't know how a technology company can sue another media platform with the freedom of speech. You know what I'm trying to say? The freedom of speech. This then turn, and then you try to say it was only electoral. No, it's for everyone. Whoops. My bad. I don't think I was supposed to get that. There's a copyright. What is he saying? That was copyright. I hope not. Excuse me. CNN, MSNBC, fret over post-Trump future. From the looks of things, he doesn't want to concede. Neither do I. Because I'm realizing people going to say whatever they want. It's a freedom of speech. U.S. regulation opens privacy probe into tech giants. Like I said, people will say whatever they want. And right now, the tech giants got so much money, and you need so much of it, but they also need so much of it. Because the tech industry needs to reproduce its products, or enhance them, should I say. From the 503 message I got earlier that wouldn't allow me to actually get on the internet browsing, which they told me it was a server. Like I said, between Biden and Trump, I wouldn't put anything past those two at all. Google outage. YouTube docs. Nah, don't put that out there now. It's too late for that. Like I said, I'm not going viral. I'm now going virtual. That is the new reality. Because virtual reality matters more than the real reality. Look at the views. And like I said, I don't want to count them because, like I said, it's virtual. How can 1 million people view anything in a matter of seconds? It's impossible. It's really impossible. What did you do? Did 1 million people hit the button at the same time, huh? Someone is not telling the truth. But that's acceptable when it, like I said, in the world of freedom of speech. Just don't get me in, like I said, tied into none of that. If a nigga president campaigning for what I've now established, a nigga legislation with more works in the grass. But like I said, it takes time. I'm not willing to accept what others are doing in reality, because it's a false reality. Death tolls hit 300,000. Last month it was 200,000. Are we getting 1,000 deaths, 100,000 deaths a month? Ooh. Ooh. The shelter is packed. Fox destroys is credible. Listen, you want to destroy media's credibility. I want to help the orphans and the poor, because they are suffering the most in this pandemic, man. And the best thing you can do for them is show them in the hospital, man, getting treated for COVID. Sick, man. Too much social media time could raise risk of depression. No, I'm thinking that society would love to raise the risk of depression. But in our reality, depression comes from being around people that want you depressed. Recap of New Mexico COVID-19 news. 12/14/20. And like I said, in the freedom of speech, like I said, I don't want to be, how you said, told something and it's a lie. I just don't want to do that. It's depressing. Community. News. Christmas tree picks up. Recycling. Single holidays. Salute to that, man. Salute to that. At least I know that part is true. Recycle trees. Like I said, I got so much things and so many people that I would like to get this so-called vaccine to, but like I said, it's not enough. Sales surge at local tree farms. Like I said, sell, recycle. It all grows on trees, right? And like I said, I don't think that America would like this nigga campaign to grow at all. So reach out to me via email and or leave your comments below about how you feel about the nigga campaign and what you would like to do with it, if you have an opinion. Sales surge, and like I said, let it be your truthful opinion. Oh man, it just doesn't look like Okay, we got some sound. We got some sound. Like I said, you play with the sound, you play with this, the bytes, you tune in, you're using all types of technical stuff. I'm not a terrorist, man. I just don't do all of the things that you would want me to do. Matt LaFleur is getting overlooked again. Statewide surgery finds strong perception of UW educational qualities. Listen, how can you respect anyone when there's social distance? When there's a mask? How you said Joker walked into the bank with all of the masks for the clowns. Which one could you tell was really the Joker? How to recycle your holiday packages. I think there's a recycling bin for that, I believe. I don't know. But like I said, I won't be celebrating the holidays, so there's no need to recycle any gifts or packages. City narrative. I'm saying city natives. I mean, I'll be celebrating, but it won't be in that form that you're celebrating it in. I'll be celebrating the birth of Jesus. And city natives receives AARP Pennsylvania Volunteer Awards. Like I said, you want to give out awards in the middle of a pandemic? I give away my award. One of the highest awards to give out. Where did it end up? I believe somewhere useful. Because I didn't have any use for an award. I was just going to put it up somewhere, look at it. But it'd be the same award that anybody else had got before that. They could look at it or whatever. I wanted to do my award a little different. And like I said, it catapulted me to give that award away. Benefits of renewable energy vary from place to place. Like I said, Elon. Can I get one? Just let me get one. We can all use electricity together. But like I told the lady at the checkout, please, do you not want the nigga crash in your Tesla? Or will I make it look too sporty to be one? You know what I mean? Like, I can see it now, you know. But the one you gotta send me, you gotta send me the one with the doors that lift up. I want my doors to lift up. You know how about it? It look extra fly in the what you call it, the LCD lights. You know, make sure my lights is a little more brighter with the lights. You know what I mean? Make sure my beams, you know, nice and bright, man. Like I can barely see at night with these on, man. But TV portion of Genesee County to enter yellow zone. Listen, from the looks of things, the zones have shifted. And so many deaths, every zone is still in pandemic. Working with the stars. Like I said, the stars are in on this. They have to get paid. They don't want to get the same pay they was getting 10, 11 years ago. They want bigger pay. So, looked at this as, okay, alright, everybody's in limbo. No matter how you slice it. It's just the stars have more of a comfortability to transform back on. But when it looks at things, that transforming back is now turned into a reform. And with all of this reforming going on, only thing I can say is wait for the outcome. It's coming. But it may take a while. Maybe this time next year. With that being said, peace. I gotta go.